Hello friends, we are homeworkaustralia.com. We do Homework Australia assignment. Shareholder equity assignment help. Shareholder equity is the quantity that reveals how the business has actually been funded with the aid of favored shares and typical shares. Shareholder equity is likewise called share capital, stockholders' equity or net worth. Shareholder equity basically represents the quantity of a company's holdings that weren't bought utilizing financial obligation, loans. Whether you're purchasing and investing stock in a corporation, or are a starting accounting professional, finding out the best ways to compute shareholder equity is a crucial monetary tool. Shareholder equity represents the net worth of a business, that is exactly what is left after all debts have been paid. Whatever remains will reveal the percentage of the business that is owned by investors and how the business is funded through favored and typical shares, in addition to other parts. Shareholder equity can originate from capital straight invested by investors or from earnings produced by the business for reinvestment, likewise called retained earnings. A business's typical shareholder equity is computed by taking the typical shareholder equity from a minimum of 2 successive durations and taking the average. If you wish to determine the typical shareholder equity over 3, 4, 5, or more quarters, you simply have to discover the shareholder equity number for each of those durations, include them entirely, then divide by the overall variety of durations you are evaluating. The mathematics computation is the exact same procedure you utilized to compute your term average in school or the scoring average of your preferred professional athlete. Typical equity is a typical standard for determining a business's returns with time. If a business's shareholder equity altered from one duration to another, utilizing typical shareholder equity makes certain sense. That number can alter since of retained earnings, brand new capital problems, share buybacks, and even dividends. In accounting, shareholder equity kinds 1/3 of a standard formula for the double-entry accounting approach, possessions equals liabilities plus shareholder equity. Check out on to discover out the simplest, most reliable approaches of computing shareholders' equity. There are 2 crucial sources from which you can get shareholders' equity. The very first source is the cash initially bought the business and all the other financial investments that are made in the business after the second source, and the preliminary payment is the earnings that the business has actually retained over an amount of time through its operations. Thanks for watching this video. Subscribe, like and share our videos.